The Eberlestock Recon, the Kuiu Pro, the Badlands X2, and the Moxule chest pack. Stick around. This is going to be a good one. All right, folks, I'm here to talk Bino harnesses with you today. I'm going to try to cut through some fluff and get this as short as possible. I have 4 different harnesses I'm going to talk about, and I'm rating each of them on a scale of 1 to 5 in 4 different categories. Those categories are comfort, functionality, quality, and value. What that means is each Bino harness is capable of getting a full 20 points if it's scored perfect in all 4 categories. Let's get into it. First, we have the Eberlestock Recon. This is going for $140, recently on sale on Amazon for $98. We're going to start with comfort. What I look for in comfort is how do the straps feel when I put them on? Is there any kind of odd feeling? Is it rubbing me in a weird way when it's up against my chest when I have a t-shirt on? That kind of thing. Does it feel weighted down? Mostly, is it awkward in any kind of way? One thing that sticks out are these wings on the sides here. Some of these Bino harnesses have. I think that immediately gets extra points because it helps protect the buckle and the other part of the hard strap from rubbing up against your ribs right there on the side. So that gives it points right away. Other than that, on this Eberlestock Recon, the straps are very comfortable. They're orientated well, and they're breathable. The pack is not too heavy. I feel like it's perfect as far as that goes. Comfort, I gave it a 5 out of 5. Okay, the second category is functionality. And when I'm looking at functionality, I'm just looking how good everything works. Do the zippers work good? Do the straps function like they're supposed to? Do they ride in weird areas? Does the lid open and close well? Is it modular? How much can you change or add to it if you want to? Those types of things. So starting with the main compartment for your binos, you have a flap, easy to grab. You can stick your finger through it, flip it over, boom, it's open. It's got a magnet that holds it to itself so it won't fly up even in the wind. And when it closes well. These side pieces help cover on the side. It will protect better that way against wind, blown dirt, dust, even rain. It's going to help with that. So that's the main compartment. The front compartment has zippers there. It has some stretchy fabric that pulls out so you can actually load some more stuff in there. And then you have 2 stretchy pockets on the inside. Zippers are very good. It almost looks like there's some sort of waterproofing on there. And I think in general, all the harnesses I'm talking about today, I don't know that any of them actually say waterproof, but they are all water repellent. Just I would consider that part of the functionality. Going back to the Eberlestock, on both sides, you have stretchy pockets here and here. You do have a pocket on the back. It goes all the way down. And it's idle. There's no zipper or clasp or anything. On the wings on this one, you have MOLLE webbing on both sides of the wings. I like that. I like to be able to add things to MOLLE. There is no MOLLE on the bottom. I do like MOLLE on the bottom. Instead, you have this Velcro that opens, and Eberlestock makes accessories that have a little double-sided Velcro that goes through there, and the accessory hangs below it. Because of that, I gave it a 4 for functionality. I feel like everything functions well. I would have rather seen MOLLE webbing on the bottom. That's just a personal preference more than anything, but I still gave it a 4 out of 5 for functionality. Quality, this is a well-made Bino harness. I look at stitching, I look at the buckles, I look at the material, the fabrics, how the straps that are used, and you can tell when you feel some of these, some of them are very thin, and you're like, hey, that could rip, you know. I don't feel like that at all on this. For the quality, I gave it a 4. Now, value is, to me, what you're getting for the money you're giving, right? So it's not necessarily the price of the item, but if I'm going to spend $2,000 on a Bino harness, it better be really, really cool getting that here. So for the money, how good is it? And at this price, at the regular price of $140, I give it a value of a 3. Now, caveat there is it's on sale currently on Amazon for $98. If it's $98, I would give it a 4. That'd be a really good value. I might even give it a 5. But regular price is what I'm going on, and it's $140, and that value is a 3. Total score 16 out of 20 for the Eberlestock Recon. Next in line, we have the Kuiu Pro. Okay, starting with comfort. First thing I noticed, very lightweight, and it's kind of a thinner profile. I feel like it comes up against your chest really nice. It feels snug. The straps are very comfortable, lightweight, breathable. It doesn't have the wings. The buckles are connected back here with this other material. It's almost like a rubbery nylon type material. Because of that, that's where I dinged in a point. Other than that, it's very comfortable. I gave it a 4. Functionality on this, you have these 2 pockets on the sides that are kind of standard on a lot of these. There's no pocket on the back. Kuiu, why didn't you just make this a pocket right here in this, where the stitching and stuff is? I don't understand why that's not a pocket. Please answer me that. On the front, you have a tiny little zipper right here and a pocket that I don't know what you could get in there. Like really a chapstick maybe, or maybe your tag, something. Not very functional, okay? This vinyl harness does not use magnets to open and close. It's on tension. So when you open it, you got to kind of rip it down and hold it there. I'm maybe exaggerating a little bit, but you open it to that point and it tensions on itself to hold it open, right? So when you close it, you got to lift it back over that lip as well in the back. And then when you do, what this one has that's pretty cool. These elastic straps that allow this to cinch down tight. Now it's kind of hard to open, right? So you're secure in there. Functionality, that's where it scored a little bit in my book, but there's no molly on this at all. No, not a single stitch of molly webbing anywhere. And the bottom is just Velcro. So whatever you attach to it is attached to the Velcro. And I think somehow these also can help secure their attachments. Kuiu makes several things. I think a pouch and a rifle ammo holster type thing. So it's not the most functional. I gave it a 2 for functionality. Hey, whatever. This is my rating. I can give it whatever I want, right? All right. Quality. I think this is a high quality material. The clips are good quality. I give this a 4 out of 5 on quality. Value at $120. Oh man, I give it a 3. It's a 3 out of 5 for value. It's not the best value, but it's not the worst because it is good quality. It's got a 4 out of 5 on quality, but at $120, man, if this was $75, it would be a great value. I would give it a 5, but it's not. It's 120, so it gets a 3. Personal opinion, man. What are you going to do? All right, next in line, Badlands X2. Okay. First things first, you'll notice it has the wings, which takes some of that tension from the straps right off the side of your ribs. I like that, of course. The straps themselves are very comfortable. The Badlands straps are a little bit wider than some of the other ones, and the way that they go behind your neck and around the front, the design of it just makes it seem more comfortable than the other ones. Also, I feel like the bag ride's a little bit higher than some of the other ones, which I like. It's a chest pack. It's not a stomach pack. So yeah, it works. The other thing that they did for comfort, which look, I give them a 5 just for this. This is a great addition, right? This mesh pack on the back with ventilated padding underneath allows it to be up close and personal to you, and you're not going to sweat as much as you will with a standard vinyl harness that doesn't have that. 5 out of 5 for comfort. Great job, Badlands, on that. Functionality, starting out of the gates with the molly webbing. You have molly on the wings, both sides. Molly's on the side of the pouch, both sides. You have your 2 side pouches, and you have molly on the bottom. Not only that, you also have a bow holder. I think whatever it's, I guess your D-ring. I'm not a bow hunter, but you can hang your bow from this clip on the bottom. You can also hang whatever you want that'll fit on the clip. So either way, if you have something else, you can, your sandwich baggie or something, so you can be hands-free. Okay, front pocket, a little bit of stretchy material there. The zipper works well. It also has a zipper keeper. That's kind of a cool, just a little extra that they threw in. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and it works, and your zipper's not going to be just flapping around making more noise. The main compartment opens and magnetizes down, closes, and has magnets on the front, or the top rather, and the sides right here. So it's got a series of magnets. I think there's a total of I think there's 5 magnets in the lid keeping it closed. It's going to keep out debris fairly well. Functionality, this thing gets a 5, man. Quality, again, stitching is great. The material, this is a Cordura material. I really like it. It feels comfortable and it feels well made. For quality, I gave this a 5. Value, I had to dock at a point just because of its price. I still think $140 for a Bino harness is a lot of money, but if you're into hunting, you know gear costs money, and good gear costs good money. So I gave it a 4 for value at 140 bucks. I'd like to see it closer to 120 bucks, like the Kuiu Pro. If it was 120 bucks, I would give it a 5. Grand total for this one is a 19. That's the Badlands X2. Last one on the table, we have kind of a underdog. This is the Moxule chest pack, coming in at $75 on Amazon right now. This does not have wings on it, and the straps and the buckles definitely dug into me when I put it on, up against the ribs right there. It also is wider. You know, the profile is much thicker than all of the other ones. So it's a little bit bigger, taller, everything. You could actually put bigger binoculars in this one than the other ones, I do believe, at least by one size probably. So it's bulkier. It's just less comfortable. It's in your way. You're not only physically uncomfortable, but you're kind of, it might be annoying when you're trying to reach for things and things like that. So you're mentally uncomfortable, I guess, a little bit too. It gets a 2 for comfort. Functionality, I struggled because while it has a lot of function because it's chest pack and it has more pockets and compartments than the others have, the way they function might not be the best. So I struggled with it because if you're just talking about how much it has to offer, it has a lot to offer, right? You have a lid, it opens, but again, this lid doesn't have any magnets to keep it open. So you're just walking around, or the wind blows, it's going to be flapping and eventually close. The magnets keeping it closed are decent. I don't think that's an issue. But you have a side pocket here, you have a rangefinder pocket on this side, and you have a front pocket here. Plenty of pockets. You got a pocket on the back, and you have a rain sleeve on this one. Pocket that comes out. You got a rain hood that goes over the whole thing, and that is detachable. It's in there with a buckle, and it comes out and comes off completely if you need it to. The rangefinder pocket, to me, this is already like not the right size. Something, you know, doesn't feel right about the rangefinder pocket. It does have MOLLE on the bottom. All in all, I gave it a 3. I crossed it out at some point and changed it to a 3, and I think it was a 2, and I felt like I was being too hard on it because it does have the MOLLE on the bottom. It's got MOLLE on the sides and Velcro, so you can choose. You know, that's cool. It's functional. It's just not quite as good and as the functionality on the other ones. Now, getting into being not as good, the quality is not as good as the other ones as well. And what I mean by that is I can see some stitching issues already, fraying almost in a couple of spots. Like I said, this clasp on this rangefinder, and I think this stretchy material here is going to wear real quick. It almost looks and feels like this stretchy material is already dry rotted to me, or it's starting to. And the same thing with this buckle. Like it doesn't even grab on right now. I have to kind of go bring it to the side. Now, when you put something in there and stretch it, you know, it will. But I have a feeling this rubber band is like, it's like hair tie material, you know, the women's hair ties. Like it's going to, I think eventually that's going to dry rot out, and that's going to be kind of worthless. all in all, quality, I gave it a 3. Going back to value, man, it's $75, and look at what you're getting for $75. You're getting a lot of harness. You're getting a lot. It's a chest pack. It has more pockets and gadgets and stuff than all the other ones do, and it's $75. So even if the quality is less, you're still, for what you're paying, you're getting a lot. So maybe you're one of those people that want all these extra pockets, and you want the rain jacket, and these other things, and you're willing to sacrifice the comfort, the quality, and how well those things work, or they may or may not work or last the test of time. Well, this might be for you. Out of 20 points, this scored a 12. I think that's a fair rating, and it's just not quite up to par with the other harnesses mentioned. So the underdog scores a 12. All right. Let me just give you the rundown. The Eberlestock got a 16 out of 20. The Kuiu got a 13 out of 20. The Badlands got a 19 out of 20. And the Moxule got a 12 out of 20. On my scales, using my opinion and what I look for in a Bino harness. What are the final thoughts? My final thoughts on this are, it's situational. And for me, the things that I look for in a Bino harness, I rated them how I felt about those things, right? There's a level of subjectiveness to all of this. And if you're looking for certain things in a Bino harness, then some are going to be better for you. If you're a minimalist and you want something that cinches down and closes really tight, the Kuiu is going to be for you. If you want to bring everything with you and don't mind it being bigger and a little less comfortable, the Moxule will be the one for you. I found the Badlands was the best for me. I certainly hope that something that I said during this video you have found value in. That's what I'm trying to do. All I want to try to do is help consumers, people out there that are just like me, that are looking at these things, that want to buy something, and maybe I told you something that you didn't know about one of them, and it was a make or break deal for you. Now you don't have to order it and find out that you don't like it. And so if there's something that I missed or some question that you have, feel free to drop a comment. And if you found anything in this long video informative in any kind of way, I'd appreciate a like as well. And be good to each other and to yourselves, all that stuff. And from me to you, I bid you good day.